Hardy Boys, the hidden theft. Today, we're gonna explore every corner of Spencer Mansion, well, at least the corners we can reach. We'll start by heading inside. And...
Frank! What are you doing here?
That works.
Hey, Lily. We heard about the robbery and just wanted to see if there was anything we could do to help.
Oh, hey. Hi, Lily.
How did you hear about the robbery? We just found out about it ourselves a few hours ago.
Seriously. I'm standing right here. Frank, can you look at me a sec? Am I blending in with the carpet?
Yes.
Our dad used to be a detective on the police force. It's a tight-knit group.
How could you help? And hi, Joe.
See? That's all I wanted.
Well, we know that your uncle is trying to pin this thing on your dad. We can prove that he's innocent. Assuming, of course, that he actually is.
Don't be silly, Frank. Of course he's innocent.
Could we ask you a few questions about the crime, Lily?
Oh, sure, Joe.
Frank, maybe you better ask the questions. I don't think she can hear me too good.
Nah, that's fine by us.
Have you seen any strangers lurking around the grounds lately?
No, I don't think so. Wait, yes, I did. I saw someone at the utility shed a couple of weeks ago. I think it may have been a repairman who got lost. I only saw him for a brief second and he was gone. I never saw him again.
What did this guy look like?
What did this repairman look like?
He was maybe 6 feet tall, dark short hair, looked older, maybe in his 50s or so. Very thin.
Where's the shed?
Where is this shed?
It's around the west wing of the house. I don't think anyone uses it anymore, so I can't imagine the man knew where he was going.
What do you think of your uncle?
What do you think of your uncle?
Honestly, he isn't my favorite person in the world, and it isn't just because of today. He's never been nice to us, always acting like he's doing us a favor by letting us live on the grounds, when the truth is, we're the only company he has. Without us, he'd have no one to order around.
So, who is your favorite person?
I can't imagine how it's important to the case, but that would be my mother. She needs me, and I enjoy feeling like I make a difference.
Alrighty. What can you tell me about your father?
What can you tell me about your father?
Unfortunately, I know nothing about my biological father. He left my mother and I when I was very young.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Don't be sorry. Mom married Thomas some time ago, and he has been the sweetest and most loving father a girl could ask for. I have no reservations calling him Dad.
Well, let's talk about this last thing, and then we'll begin to
Have you ever
snoop.
been into Samuel's safe room?
No, he doesn't let anybody in there. When he isn't working, he keeps the door locked.
How do you know he locks the door? Did you try and get in?
Frank, could you ask your brother to not be so rude, please?
Can it, Joe?
Goodbye now.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, Lily. Thanks.
No problem. I like talking to you, Frank. I feel like I can tell you anything.
Hey, what about me?
There are a few things I could tell you too, Joe, but I don't think you'd enjoy hearing them.
What is it with girls in this town?
Or maybe it's you, Joe. You think of that? Also, here comes her dad. The dad. We're gonna talk to him now.
Hi, Mr. Spencer. I'm Frank Hardy, and this is my brother Joe.
I know who you are, Frank. I've heard a lot about you.
Dad?
Sorry, dear. What can I do for you, Frank?
My brother and I are looking into this incident. We thought maybe we could ask you some questions.
Budding detectives. Of course. It would be my pleasure. They aren't letting me leave, you know. They think I'm the thief. No one wants the truth to come out more than I.
Can they do that?
They're keeping you here? Can they do that?
I suppose technically they can't, but it wouldn't look good if I didn't accede to the officer's request.
What's your opinion of the bro?
What is your opinion of your brother?
He's an odd duck, paranoid, quick-tempered. He's been that way as long as I can remember. I care for him, I truly do, but he can be difficult to deal with.
Alrighty. And...
Do you have any idea who the thief could be?
I'm baffled. Sam's argumentative and aggravating, but he doesn't get out much. I don't think he has any enemies, although I suppose $200 million is enough incentive to steal from your best friend.
Or your brother.
Why do you think your brother suspects you?
Well, $200 million is a lot of money. I don't mind admitting that I'm a little strapped for cash. If it weren't for Sam, we'd be in a pickle. But I would never steal from anyone, least of all him.
What do you know about the theft?
What do you know about the theft?
Very little. I was working in the yard this morning, same as usual, when Sam came running across the yard, waving his arms and yelling at me. He said, "I knew it. I knew trusting you was a mistake. You think you're smart. You think breaking a window is enough to throw off the cops." I just stood there. I had no idea what he was talking about. He went back inside without coming any closer. A few minutes later, the police arrived, and, well, here I am. It's a shame, really. It goes to show that no good deed goes unpunished. I don't know why he felt the need to tell me the combination of that darn safe every week. He even made me write it down.
Interesting.
Where did you write it down?
On my hand. I usually memorized it by the time I showered, and to be perfectly honest with you, if I didn't memorize it, I didn't lose sleep over it.
Alrighty.
He thinks the window was broken to make it look like an outside job?
Yes, that's the conventional wisdom, but have you seen it? The break didn't shatter it. If the thief's intention was to get in through the window, he would have had to find another way.
Alrighty, that's all.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Spencer.
I guess I'll be here for a while if you have any other questions.
Thanks.
Yeah, it looks that way. Alright, now look around.
We'd best not go snooping around the house. We'd get thrown out for sure.
That's a bummer. But we can go this way, I believe. Snoop around this side of the house, just not any other part of the house. This clock here.
It's a grandfather clock. It looks old and expensive.
And it needs a key.
It's locked.
Yes, thank you for clarifying. We can take this doorstop right here.
A doorstop.
Yay! And we can, I believe we can already use the doorstop, possibly, yeah, to prop the door open. Boom! Now we can go in. As if having it not propped open would make a difference. We can take a look at over here. Ness.
There's some glass on the ground here.
And we'll take it.
I'll just take this. Could come in handy.
Yep, and that's the window right there. We can also look at the safe.
The safe looks remarkably sturdy.
That's all Frank's gonna comment on that. We can also look at the desk. In here.
It's a paper shredder. Dad had one until we accidentally shredded his best tie. What can I say? We were young. There's a shredded piece of paper in here. There's nothing written on it. Totally blank.
But we're gonna take it anyway.
It's a paper...
It's a paper shredder, we don't care. And let's see here.
It's locked.
Dang it, it's locked. I don't suppose we have the key. No, I don't have the key. But, can I leave this paper right here? There's a paper we leave on the desk later, but we're gonna probably need a blank sheet and one that's not a paper shred. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and just begin exploring Noir Samuel. And let's see, well, let's talk to this guy first.
Officer Riley, do you have a minute?
Absolutely. What's on your mind?
Let's see here.
Do you really need to hold Thomas here?
Yes. I'm not sure he's the culprit, but I want to keep him around until we figure out if it's even possible that an outsider committed this crime. After all, if we eliminate everyone but Thomas from suspicion, well, then the next step is clear.
I really think you're barking up the wrong tree.
I hope so. If you find anything that might help out, please let me know.
Oh, we will.
Are you really going to arrest Thomas?
No. Mr. Spencer wants me to lock him up and throw away the key. But to be frank with you, I'm not convinced he's the man we're looking for. The evidence is nothing more than circumstantial at this point. And while it may be incriminating, something just seems all wrong to me. There has to be another way for someone to have gotten their hands on that combination.
Alrighty.
That seems odd to me. Why would Samuel be so eager to have his brother arrested?
We aren't ruling out the possibility that Mr. Spencer has an ulterior motive for wanting Thomas out of the way. You never know.
What evidence do you have?
What evidence do you have?
Well, like I said, it's all circumstantial at this point. There is no sign of forced entry into the safe itself. It's a Mosler safe, and those are almost impossible to crack.
What's so incriminating?
What's so incriminating about the crime scene?
There appears to be forced entry into the house, but upon closer inspection, I don't know that it holds water. The broken window seems a little fishy to me. The break is too small for a person to slip through. There isn't even any evidence that it was broken from the outside. It's certainly possible that someone broke the window to make it look like an outsider did it.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, officer.
Yes.
Yes. Now let's see here. We need to begin investigating the area, but we were going to have to get permission to do that.
Mr.
so-
Spencer, mind if I ask you a few questions?
Fine, just make it quick.
It'll be quick. Well, let's do this one first, I guess.
Mr. Spencer, could you tell me how a typical day proceeds for you?
Gladly. I wake up as the sun rises, regular as the tides. I usually go straight to my study, check on things, and if the weather is clement, I open the window for a bit of a breeze. If it doesn't rain, I leave it open most of the day.
Did anything unusual happen the morning of the theft?
No, nothing at all.
No odd noises? No strange visitors?
No, I had a salesman interrupt my work at one point, but I told him to buzz off, which he promptly did.
What time was that?
I don't know. I didn't make a note of it.
Where do you keep the combination?
Where do you keep the combination to the safe?
I don't keep it anywhere. I think of a new one each week and jot it down on a piece of paper. I leave the paper on my desk and glance at it occasionally until I'm sure I've committed it to memory. I then shred it.
When's the last time you changed the combination?
Why, it was yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Hmm,
He says. By Jove, I think he's got it. The game is afoot. The little gray cells. Any one of those would do, but he says, What sort of two-bit detectives are you anyway?
Alrighty.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Spencer.
Yes.
Yes. Alrighty, so looky here. Something you would not notice unless you are like looking for every single detail.
There's nothing written on it. Totally blank.
A blank piece of paper, and that's what we want. So let's go inside and go this way and go this way and go this way. Man, navigation's tricky in this game. Yeah, we'll go one more forward before we can look at the desk. Looking twice. And place this piece of paper here on the desk. Now let's head outside and take a look at this series of events. Walk outside. The leaf moves an inch. The door has a seizure, and then the paper just gets up and leaves. And now everyone's gonna come and huddle around this piece of paper. Bingo bongo!
I don't think he's in the mood to
I
talk.
don't want to talk to him.
Officer Riley, do you have a minute?
Absolutely. What's on your mind?
Here we go.
We know how someone besides Thomas might have known the combination.
Is that so? How?
Samuel Spencer changes the combination every week. He writes it on a piece of letterhead and leaves it on his desk while he works, occasionally glancing at it until he has it committed to memory. Then he shreds the piece of paper.
He also leaves the window open while he works when the weather is nice. And it was especially nice out yesterday.
Right. So in the middle of the day, the doorbell rings. He gets up to answer it and leaves the door to the safe room open. So when he opens the front door to see who it is,
A crosswind blows through the front entry, into the safe room, and blows the piece of paper out the open window.
Seems pretty unlikely to me. Why wouldn't he notice the paper was gone?
He'd already memorized the combination. He has a stack of paper on his desk, and it's all the same letterhead. He absent-mindedly must have put the next piece from the stack into the shredder, thinking it was the piece with the combination on it.
we found a completely blank piece of paper in the shredder. Why would someone shred a blank piece of paper? Except by mistake.
So the piece of paper with the combination on it blew out the window.
We think so, yes.
That's still pretty limiting. Whoever did it must have been on the grounds that day.
Yes, but Thomas certainly didn't have any reason to get the combination that way. Samuel told it to him that very night.
Seems pretty far-fetched, but I must admit it is a possibility.
Does that mean Thomas can go?
Yeah, he can go, for now. I don't want him running off. Tell him to stay on the grounds. I'm sure I'll have more questions for him later.
Great. Thanks, Officer Kahn.
No thanks needed. Justice does no favors.
Yeah. Well, do we have to actually go tell him ourselves? I think we do. Well, or unless he'll go by himself. Now, what I need to do is I want to see if we can investigate the grounds further. looks like we can now investigate the... Whoa, we jumped! Let's investigate. Wow, that loading screen is faster than I remember. Not that I'm complaining. Alrighty. So we have...
It looks like a makeshift grave.
Makeshift grave right here. And we can go inside the scary old house. Unless it's locked. Which... that wouldn't surprise me. Oh, it's not locked. Awesome. Let's head this way. In here. Ooh, evidence.
I'll just borrow it. It looks like someone or something has been living here.
You don't say. And we can also move this, and I think this is a dead end.
It's a vent.
It is
It's a vent.
But we don't have screwdrivers to open it. Ooh, there's a person there.
I can't see anything.
We can't see anything because tinted glass is apparently unseeable. We can go this way now.
This cabinet escaped the vandals unharmed.
And apparently there are
I don't think anyone will miss this. I'll just take this. Could come in handy.
Yeah, taking everything. And we also have some gas over here. Well, I'm assuming it's gas. It's just big tanks.
I can't turn it with my hands. Tanks of gas. I wonder if they're dangerous.
We have a wrench? Of course we don't have a wrench. Because that's what we need to turn that. Well, that's it for this part of the town. Well, not really the town, the Spencer Mansion. So let's head back this way. And, interface gets in the way. Let's take the short way around. Waiting. Oh, actually, hang on. I think we want to go up. Yeah, we want to go up. Let's see if this is actually right. Yeah, it's actually right. And unfortunately, thanks to unnecessary time constraints, we're gonna need to end the episode here. I know it was a bit short than usual. Or was it short? It may have been average length, so... Next time on The Hardy Boys The Hidden Theft, we'll continue exploring this side of Spencer Mansion. See you guys then.